So this is a demonstration of the Cox Contour 2 remote and its features. So when we program it, either one of these buttons will turn the TV on and off. We have our volume, our channel up and down, our mute button. This button here is a quick little go back button. It just goes back for a quick couple of seconds. So if you want to catch something, tap it a couple times. We have our DVR functions. We have our pause and play, reverse, and forward. Now, when you have a DVR or a client or a host, this box captures what you're watching. The fun thing is when a movie starts, a show, if you pause it in the beginning of the show and give yourself 10 minutes for a buffer, you can play it and then you can buffer or speed past some of the commercials. Just a fun feature. Our next button is our exit button. We have our microphone button. The way it works is you have to hold it down and it tells you it's listening. You speak and then you let go. Of course you didn't get that. So you can say things like ID channel. And it will change the channel for you. It also is fun that you can just call up a show, Big Bang Theory. So it will bring up that out of the on-demand library. If it's in our library, it'll be there. We can exit out of this. One of the cool things about the microphone is you can say a line from a movie and bring up the movie. You're killing me, Smalls. So there's the movie for you to watch. It looks like it's in our on-demand. And if you can read that, one of the features of the DVR is that movies that are in on-demand can be recorded to the DVR to watch later and just be kept. We'll exit out of that. Next we have our guide button. Now, when the guide comes up, it's a little different than what you've been used to seeing. Now in the guide we have our arrows up and down. Here are our page buttons. This is for going through the guide a full page at a time, a page up or a page down. Also in the guide we have our function buttons, A, B, C, and D. When you use the B button, it brings up your screen on the screen while you're in the guide. We can use it to come up in any menu, the settings or any menu you're in. We push B and it'll go away. We're going to exit the guide. The contour button is our menu button. It's a simple menu, and on the far right will be the little circle. It's just like the settings button on your phone. We'll exit. One of the cooler features with the guide also is that if we just right arrow while we're watching TV, it moves the screen and brings it up one channel at a time. So as we pick a channel and right arrow again, now we have what's on that channel for the rest of the day in this format. And again, you can use the page buttons to go through that a page at a time. And we'll exit from that. Now, we're getting down here to the button underneath, and that's the last button. That's a cool button. You think last channel. No, it's last channels. As you're changing channels, the box remembers the channels, and it's like your favorite channels come up for you to go back and forth to. All right, we'll exit out of that. The last button is also a go back button, and we'll do something with that in a little bit. Now, next button is our info button, and when we push that, information on the show comes up. But if it says episodes and we select that, it looks like it's in our on-demand library. So you can set your recordings to shows this way too. Now, we're getting down to one of the coolest buttons we have, and we're going to, well, let's address the D button. The D button is the shortcut for delete, and the red button is a shortcut for record. But here, we're going to address the C button. Now I'm going to push C. Your screen will shrink. And now this is all about what sports are going on. Now here, when these games are on, you will see the scores in real time. Now, if we select that game, that first game, it brings up stats, and it has stat after stat after stat. So you sports guys and your fantasy guys, you're going to thoroughly enjoy this feature. Now, when we use the last button, like I said, it's a go back button. That takes us back to the main screen. Now, the sports that are available, you will see. So we have baseball, basketball, hockey, we have soccer, and there's our NASCAR. So here, again, we could go down, and if we select that race, It's going to allow you to set it up to record. And then there's just, again, all your fun stats that are available. And we're going to exit out of that. Another way to get to that is just say sports. And there we are. Now, you can just say things like golf. And anything that's going on with golf, that's on whatever channel comes up, this is where you can go maybe to set recordings or just see what's on. This also goes for baseball. And that comes up the same way. It's not limited to just sports. We could go travel. And again, something's odd on the travel channel, but okay, things like that. You can say cooking, you can say shopping. You can just, it's fun to just figure out what it says. Now, we are down to go over some of the recording features. So, what is the series on right now? New one. With new episodes. Yeah. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Let's do that one. I was there earlier. So, when we see Big Bang Theory come up, we select episodes. And as you can see, when it says airs at that date, we could select that and we'll use the red button to bring up recordings. We always want to go all episodes. Select all episodes. And here, everybody be aware that some shows don't quite cut off at the same time the DVR does. So always start the show a minute early and stop the show a couple minutes late. This way you won't miss any of your recordings. And then we just simply confirm that. Now, in sporting events, it allows for a lot more time for after the recording. So you can set it up to almost 2 hours. So let's verify that it was recorded, set to record. Recordings. So here we are. We don't have any recorded yet, but we go into scheduled, and apparently there's not a new one out for a little while, but this is where you can check for them. And we're going to exit that. Now, one more thing I want to go over. I want to teach you a 4-letter word for this remote. The word is help. Help. So when you say help, this comes up on the screen. We can restart the box. We can redo the remote to a new television set. But here, we are paperless, tips and tricks. This box comes with its own directions. There are several different tutorials, especially when it comes to parental controls. This walks you through how to set all that up. So remember, the word is help. It is written on the remote. It is our A button, and our A button is our help button. So down at the bottom of the remote, you will see a setup button. That is how you program it. And then the input button, which says change inputs on your devices. And that is it for a demonstration. There is one thing, when you're just watching TV or you're in a recording, say you want to go back, when you hit a page button, it's a quick jump instead of the little shortcut at the top here. So if you're in a recording or you've buffered a show, when the commercials come on, just page up and it jumps through the commercials.